The round of 32 continues here at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach. The longest running surf event on the Championship Tour schedule. And up at the moment is Filipe Toledo, one of the real title contenders in 2018, looking to rebound after a slow start at stop one on the Gold Coast. And looking super dangerous. One guy that will be incredibly amped with the move down the Wiki Pop after getting competition underway at Bells Beach. Does so well to hang on to that final turn. Ronnie Blakey joined by Peter Mel. And Pete, just the start Filipe was looking for. And this is a replay of that opening ride once again for you.
Yeah, and it is. It's just such a distinct difference in the speed that he carries through the maneuver. I mean, he literally looks like he's going faster through the maneuvers. Generally, most surfers, they'll slow down slightly. Not with Filipe. He just knows how to get in and out of those maneuvers like no other. You know, and it's a complete separation. Wow, when you watch him surf, just how much speed he carries through every maneuver, it translates into, it's just so significantly different than anyone else.
So much energy and speed. Caio Ibelli, though, when you think about his Championship Tour performances over time, none better than his effort to make the final against Jordy Smith here in 2017. Had a series of excellent heats on his way to that runner-up finish. And he plants a nice floating re-entry on the end of that ride.
Looking at this guy, Caio Ibelli, like I said, there was a ton of history between these two. They've been competing against each other since a very young age. You know, Caio has the ability to make his maneuvers look bigger. He's a smaller guy, but he's able to hold his rail through his maneuvers. He is not scared of attacking the lip. His technique is great. As you can see there, could have been Ryan Patton.
Numbers in for the opening exchange here. 7.5 for Toledo, who's up and out on the outside. Just a little too deep on that occasion.
When we've got a wide shot on screen, just notice you start seeing some waves overlapping from the other one behind. I've seen a lot of sets like very, very close together, and that means there's two swells in the water, and we've seen a couple getting very close to the wave in front, and I think it's on its way.
He's got that priority, so he opts to swing. Nice projection float. Have a look at the speed this guy carries out into this open face. Big cut back onto that green wall. Gets back up into the pocket. This variation starting to come through now. So mixing things up nicely and absolutely obliterates that final section. Really leaning hard on the tail of that board.
That lower section, he still had to drive down the line just to get to this open face. But once he does, beautiful rail work. You know, today we were talking about what do the judges want to see. One of the things that the judges said in the text to everybody, ability to utilize superior speed, power, and flow through combinations of major maneuvers. And that is exactly what he has done right here. He has just held that speed through each and every maneuver. Great flow and great power.
Funny that you mentioned Mick too, because the ride started out like a classic fanning approach with that race. And then Filipe, like Mick, knifes through those front side carves. There's definitely power in those maneuvers, but he can really push that rail cutting through the water, just like blade-like.
And hold the speed. I mean, look at this too. This is the best part of surfing, with all that speed to be able to lay the rail over. And one of the things you have to do is get that board on rail. It's actually 90 degrees to the water, and you can see he is almost all the way up on the rail. And to hold that speed through the maneuver and be able to get back up to the lip again, this is great equipment. It's great technique. And you know what? He's got the strength and ability to do it, and a great variety as well in all of these different maneuvers. He knew that finish move, he had that layback carve involved, so great stuff from Filipe, and right now some of the best surfing we've seen in this event so far.
He sustained a really high level throughout that entire draw and posted much bigger numbers than what he's chasing at the moment. But Filipe's going to keep busy. Just glides up over that foam, gets back out in front of this wave. And this is where he's so dangerous, Pete. Once he starts getting that confidence up, he'll start to really attack. He never holds back. And digging into this ride, this wave, providing plenty of opportunity. And as far as the flow goes, that was perfect dot-to-dot surfing.
And it's so hard to do. On its fins and up through that channel. I mean, again, he is just on point. It feels like this is some of the best Filipe I've seen all year. I think he's really coming into his own. And how could you not when you look at Winky Pop walls?
Don't you think too it's dangerous to let this guy get that healthy lead and not pressure him? Because once he starts to feel the flow at a contest, you know, he generally takes it through a couple of heats.
For sure. And again, looking at what this performance is right here, you'd have to say that he's going to be one to watch. Yeah, we're going to go into some bigger conditions, and he's going to have to adjust to that. But right now at this Winky Pop wall, he is looking tough to beat.
I think it's fair to say he's kind of just rolling at the moment. He's almost in neutral. Once he decides to put it into gear, it's going to go to a whole new level.
Yeah, and we haven't seen anything above the lip yet. This is where his rail work has just been impeccable. And look at how he times it straight into the bottom turn and just unweights, glides with the lip line. Such amazing stuff.
And one thing he was able to do there is project over that impacting water, which we've seen catch a lot of the competitors out and trying to finish waves here at Winky.
And he knows that.
A little out of position for that one, Filipe. Have a look at him just eyeing off everything down the line and just seeing if there's a ramp, any kind of scoring potential to lock in something greater than that 7-point ride he's currently holding on to. Here goes Caio now, loading up. Big high line to set up this first turn. Drives up into the left. Big hooking carve. The kind of moves that saw him make the final in 2017. Fully committed on that effort. Brings it through to the inside. Drifts that tail over that section.
This will be an interesting score because that maneuver there, that first maneuver was huge. Very hard to do. Ibelli jumping on the Darren Hanley designs for this season. And if you figure a board's going to handle the speed, it was someone that's been shaping for that guy. As we watched that carve, I mean, that was just everything he could to hold that rail in place and not slide out. He kept it together. You know, I wish that this wave didn't have that foamy section at the end because it really kind of, unfortunately, didn't give him the impact that he would have liked on those finish moves. But that first maneuver was beautiful. And the fact that he had the combination where he was able to get right back into the bottom turn, no pumps for that second maneuver, but then he had to kind of jump through the white water there. But let's watch this again. All this speed. And look at this section. That's the canvas you want. Great technique, arm up, and he drives through. Wanted to, but if he kept driving through, he probably would have lost control.
You could see there was a bit of a bump, a bit of a rib in that wave, and that slightly disengaged his rail for a moment, but he did so well to carry the speed through that turn, so continued to drive through the fins, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And again, just the finish move here didn't quite give him a beautiful, nice canvas day. We're not too far off each other as far as weight goes, but great wave here for Caio Ibelli. Yeah, you know, coming off of what his last number was, this was nice. I don't know if it's going to be quite enough to take the lead away from Filipe, but definitely momentum shift.
7.5 for Caio on his previous ride, and that left him chasing a 7.01. He turned in a 5.57, though I think it was a pretty impressive observation that Mikey was maybe suffering for some back pain.
That one there wasn't the greatest. You know, we loved it, but I'm sure Filipe would have liked a little bit different seating for himself.
Here goes Caio having another shot at this 7.01. Starts well. Now loading up, generating plenty of speed, riding high on this wall. Digs into the reverse. Can't keep his board under his feet though, or get his board back under his feet, I should say. He was completely inverted there for a moment. And here we go, Toledo now. Having a look at this one. Maybe didn't even need to go this way, but he'll now try and replace that 7. Links a couple of turns on the outside. An amazing foam climb to try and get back out in front. It doesn't do it. So just on 45 seconds to go. And we'll see if Caio can get himself another opportunity on the outside. So just on 20 seconds to go as Caio climbs to his feet. Throws everything at the first section. Has to surf out of his skin here to turn these limited opportunities into a big number. Goes all out, but can't quite stick it. And this one's going to come to a close, and he'll be left chasing that score. Toledo powering on through to the next round. We're going to take a quick break. Battle of the Rookies is up next with Caio Ibelli joining us for the call.